If you're feeling overwhelmed and you've got too much to do, more than you can handle, and you can't get clarity on what you need to be working on and what's the most important, this is a really powerful tool. Or if you're a manager and any of your team are coming to you and saying, I've got too much on, I can't manage my workload, this is a really powerful tool to give you some perspective and to think rationally about the work that's laid out in front of you. So what you need to do is take a piece of paper and divide it into 4. We're going to create a quadrant. And what we're going to do in each of these spaces is place down any projects or activities that we're working on to produce a certain result, and to think objectively about that. So how we're going to break that down is in the bottom left and the bottom right, you're going to write easy work. In the top left and the top right, you are going to write hard work. Then what we do is we break it down into high impact or high result, whatever word resonates with you. So this is basically where we get a big outcome. It's worthwhile. It's making us lots of money, or it's achieving a high result. It's having a big outcome. That's what a high impact is. So whatever language resonates with you, high impact, high result. And then on the left hand side, on the top left and the bottom left, low impact. So what we're going to look at, what we will see is that as things move across the page, they're going to decrease in their result, and as they move down, they're going to decrease in the work ethic that's required to achieve the result. When we look at specifically each quadrant, this is what it's going to look like. So in our top left square, we will have projects or activities that are hard work, but they actually don't achieve much. They don't make a big impact, or they don't have a big result. And typically what you will find is the kind of activity that sits in here, you might be doing this because that's the way it's always been done. It could be that you're hanging on to old habits and systems that need updating. The only reason you would be doing something that's hard work and doesn't produce a result is because it's become habitual and it's not actually achieving anything worthwhile. So if it's you or it's your team, have a look at whether or not the procedure has become outdated, the equipment's too slow, the resource isn't functioning. There may be better ways of producing a result. Then we've got hard work, but it's worthwhile. It does have a high impact. It does create a high result. We definitely need to be doing more of this work, but this is where you need to look at how you can share the load. So can this work be shared amongst a team? Can this work be outsourced? Can this work be automated with a tool or an app or a program that will do things automatically? How can this load be shared? If it's one particular person doing it, what are the avenues to be able to share the load that's required to produce this result? Then we're going to look at, we might find it's easy work, but it's not giving us much. It's not giving us a result. Easy work that has a low impact. Typically, this comes down because it's pleasurable. The only reason we can be doing that is because there's a level of pleasure and enjoyment in it. It's not because it's what we're meant to be doing. It's not worthwhile. It's purely a pleasurable experience and rewards us in some capacity. Be careful to ask whether or not this is truly there is any impact. Some people might argue, oh, it's worthwhile because it's building reputation, increasing our brand awareness, or creating relationship with customers. You've really got to ask if this thing is actually creating a result or not. And can you justify that there is a result? And then we've got the stuff that is easy work and high impact. So what we've got to look at is how can we do more of this? How can we increase the production of whatever this is that we're doing? What can we do to make more of this happen? How can we make way, make time, make space for more of this activity to happen? So once you place things out in these quadrants, you can start to make rational decisions about your response to the activity, what things you might have to relinquish or let go, and what things you need to work on in terms of being more productive and efficient.